Greetings to all. Myself Murli Subramaniam. So in this video lecture series, we are going to discuss about unit number 2 for the subject process planning and cost estimation. In our previous lecture videos, we discussed about unit number 1, which is process planning and related content. Here in unit 2, we will be discussing about costing and estimation. So what are the content available under costing and estimation? So these are the topics covered. So we'll be giving a basic introduction about cost estimation and what is cost accounting initially. Then we'll go deep dive about objectives of cost estimation with some case studies and components of cost estimate and cost estimation procedure. Then we'll jump back to cost accounting or costing, where we'll be discussing about classification of costing, elements of cost. Then we'll be discussing about ladders of costs. Finally, we'll be discussing on allowances available while our allowances needs to be considered while we are doing cost estimation. Okay. Then what is meant by cost estimation? The cost estimation is the process of predicting the expenses required to manufacture a particular product. So we constrained with related to industries, mechanical manufacturing, kind of some product oriented industry you consider. So it's a highlighted one is important, like predicting the expenses or forecasting the expenses required. In the sense forecasting or predicting in the sense before it's occur or before it happening, we have to do some calculation, that estimation. That is what cost estimation. As the definition says, cost estimation refers to determining the expected cost of a product before production begins. So before we are going to start the production, we must need to forecast or predict or determine the expected cost for that particular product making. Okay, what for? In order to ensure effective budgeting and planning. So if a company, manufacturing company, if they are planning for a budget for the upcoming year, academic year or financial year, whatsoever, so they need to have some plan of budget. Okay, how much required in our industry for continuing the production in the upcoming years. They need to have some budget. So they can't able to fix the budget simply randomly. They have to have some basic idea. So that idea depends on what are the product are they making. If, for example, if they are making one assembly, big assembly, consider like automobile car. That automobile car making company has n number. The particular car has a number of sub assemblies and products, parts, and all. So they need to consider, for example, under the car, one engine block itself, engine block and engine includes like a piston, connecting rod, crankshaft, rings, and belts, drives, chain, so many things, so many individual parts are there, right? So they need to do the cost estimation for making, for producing that particular individual parts and product. That estimation they need to collect it. Then similarly, what are the other components available for the particular car? Example, like a car, as I said, if engine leave it outside cell or structure and drive system, tire, pulleys or seating system, steering wheel, dashboard, gear system, lighting system, wiring system. So many things are there, right? So each and everything they need to separately do the forecasting about the expenses required to do that particular part or product. Then collectively they can able to make some estimation. Okay. So it may be rough or it may be detailed one. It has a classification or methods are there. But generally cost estimation is determining the expected cost of a product before production begins so that the effective budgeting is possible and also they can able to do some planning activity easily. Okay, this is what cost estimation is all about. Then what is the importance of cost estimation? Why it is needed? Why without any cost estimation can't we run? Yeah, it's we can able to, but it's difficult in multiple perspectives. So what are the things? So accurate cost estimation helps factory owners make key decisions about manufacturing and pricing strategy. So they can able to make some decision in order whether I'm going to make the particular component in my industry or not, that like manufacturing or not, or if they want to set the pricing strategies, like they are going to project some price for the particular component, then they need some basic information. For the basic information, the cost estimation is very, very important. So what is the impact of incorrect? Okay, if we are doing cost estimation, but if we are not doing it in proper way, proper way or incorrect way. Incorrect can be either side. Either we can do overestimation or we can do underestimation. So if we have a overestimation, if we are doing overestimation, what will happen? Higher price. So you will be fixing cost based on the overestimation. You will be fixing cost on the product will be higher. For example, if your mobile phone, you consider smartphones are every day, every year they are releasing one version, right? So before they are launching in the market, they release pre-release date or something with some cost values, right? So if they fix high price, they know what all the individual parts available, like what is the operating system, what are the cameras available, what is the lensing system they have, what like a security system, what kind of other sensors like gyroscope sensor or what kind of display they are going to and what kind of panel outside, like that they have calculated some estimated, right? So with that they will be fixing some price. If they are fixing some price higher, if it is not necessary, if it is not necessary to have that kind of price, but they fix it higher and they are trying to sell, what will happen? That customers who are all going to buy that, they will be comparing with other product with the same specification and functionalities, right? So what they do, they'll be going, they will be shifting. Instead of company A, they will be company B, right? So who is going to lose? So company A going to lose because of overestimation. So it will definitely affect their overall business. If they underestimate, okay, they underestimate means instead of the fixing a price, let's for example 20,000, instead of 20,000, they estimate and they are telling like 18,000 only. But even though original manufacturing costs may be 80,000 alone. But when they are selling without big profit or something, what will happen? They will be losing the business, right? They won't be getting any big profit from that sales, right? So they need to be very, very careful in estimating the budget. Either they should not go with overestimation, where also they will be lose the customer because they will be going to the other competitor for that same kind of product and similar with the similar functionality and spec. Or if they underestimate, people will be buying more. The business will go like sales will be more, but they won't be getting much profit. Just they will be margin, without any margin they may be ending to sell. So the company won't grow. So this is very, very important. We have to do. We should not go with overestimation also, underestimation also, not that. So this is the simple example I'd like to share here for cost estimation. What is the importance of cost estimation? Okay. So cost estimation is crucial for factory owners as it directly affects manufacturing decisions, pricing strategies, and profitability. That is what we told in the previous slide. A wrong estimate, it may be wrong estimate, as I said, it may be over estimation or underestimation. A wrong estimate, whether too high or too low, can lead to significant business risk for you only. Okay, so we have to be very, very careful. So one of the example is take an example of company manufacturing laptops to illustrate the impact of accurate and inaccurate cost estimation. So I want to show you guys for a particular laptop making company how incorrect estimation, it may be low or it may be high, how it is going to affect it. So if estimation for manufacturing laptops ensures competitive pricing, because then only we can able to fix the price for our laptops. And also, as I said, it helps for budgeting of raw materials. What are the raw materials needed? How much cost involved? We need to allocate some fund, right? So for the budgeting of raw material, and also without labor we can't able to do some manufacturing. So we have to allocate some fund for labors also. Then what are the production resources, like what are the equipments needed to make or machineries needed for making the particular laptop. For that also we need to provide some fund. We need to keep some budget for that. So for that also cost estimation help, particularly with respect to the laptop. Then it guides investment decision for factory setup and machineries. Okay, we have to, because laptop can be manufactured in a number of ways, right? So what to do, whether we are going to make everything in house or some of the components in the laptop components are we going to buy it from external vendors. Some components only are we going to make it. If we are going to if we have decided to make, then do we have machineries for that. Whether if the machine is not available, whether we are going to invest do we are going to do investment for making that machine, sorry, installing that machine in our industry or factory. That is important. Why? In the sense, you can't able to suddenly make a decision like, okay, this special purpose machine is needed, like a forging machine is needed. Then just like that, we can able to buy like a molding machine if we needed. Just like that, we can able to buy that machine and install. What is the reasonable use for that or feasibility? For example, if you are going to decide and make only 200, 300 laptops alone, for that investing huge money for that machine is no meaning, right? So instead you can buy that, outsource it, you get that 300 laptops, and you can hand over to that other people, you can do the production instead of manufacturing decision. But the same way, if you have a more number of laptops, 1 million laptops or 20,000, 30,000 laptops, are you planning more number of laptops? Are you planning? Instead of buying, if you are making in your industry itself, then it's lots of profit for you. That time you have to decide to install those kind of special purpose machines needed for making this laptop, right? So this is what we discussed in our unit number one also, like a make or buy decision, how we are going to decide make, or how when we are going to decide to buy that particular component. Okay, so with that example, so if overestimation, assume this laptop, just consider just a laptop. A laptop manufacturing company plans to launch a new gaming laptop. They want to launch a new gaming laptop. After a detailed cost estimation, they determine these are all the costs required for. They done some detailed estimation. What are the components available? Components cost. What are the components? The laptop will be having a processor and RAM, display, battery, keyboards, panels, etc. Right. So these are all the things available for that inside the laptop. So that costs around 40,000 rupees, right? Then for that making the laptop, you need labor and overhead cost 10,000 rupees. Assume, okay. So if that cost is 10,000, then you need to do the marketing and logistic, right? For that they are estimating like a 5,000 rupees. So total estimated cost per unit, remember it's only for per unit, is 55,000. So this is what originally they needed, like that they estimated. But when they sell, they can't able to sell it for 55,000 rupees itself. They need to add some profit also. So selling price, it depends on how much the company is fixing. It may be 10 percentage, 15 percentage, 20 percentage, 25 percentage. That's why they are giving discount in nowadays. People are giving discounts, right? So that margin only how much they say. Just assume like they are adding 20% of profit in your total estimated price. So adding 20 percentage of profit margin, the selling price will be 66,000. So what is the result? The company earns a profit while keeping the price competitive, like comparing with that other thing, they'll be getting good profit. The pricing strategy attack tech enthusiastic and gamers, ensuring steady sales. So they'll be checking. So this is what the thing. So here come, if we do overestimation. So the example you remember, the laptop, they want to sell it for some price. With the price estimation comes from all the components cost, labor cost, marketing, logistic cost. Then they'll be adding the profit also. So if they plan like this, they definitely will be getting some profit, and also they can able to see the steady sales. But how about overestimation? If they do overestimation, what will happen? As I said, overestimation feels like a cost for this particular example laptop will be high. Then they will be losing the customer, loss of orders to competitor, right? If the people will shift to other company, with who are all selling the laptop with the same configuration, specification, functionality, everything same. So they will compare customer as a customer. Basically, they will be comparing the two or three brands and they will decide, right? So if it is set like high price, they will be losing. So what happened? The company overestimates the cost at if they overestimate 70,000 per unit instead of 55,000 alone. So previously we discussed some price like 55,000. So instead of 55,000 for total estimated cost per unit, if they are setting like 70,000 per unit with to maintain the profit margin again with the profit margin of 20% or 50%, if they are telling it's 85,000, then competitors offers similar laptops for 70,000. The other party or other brand is ready to sell for 70. But compare 70,000 is 70,000 people, whether they will go for 70,000 laptop with the same spec or for the 85,000 laptop. Condition is, assumption is the specification, functionality, everything same between company to company, between the laptop 1 to laptop 2, like laptop A to B. But people are there with the brand name. For example, people will go for even the functional design, they'll go for Apple company, or some people likes to go with the Samsung, some people likes to go for Sony, some people go for LG, one plus one, like that. So many companies are there. So similarly, it's up to them if they decide, even though the price is higher, they may go, but most of the customer will go for cheapest one comparatively, which is cheapest one in the market available. So if competitors are giving that laptop for 70,000, customer will choose for the competitor product only, not yours. So what will happen? Your sales will go down, right? So just for example, I've given, suppose Dell and HP launches similar gaming laptop for 70,000 due to over pricing. Instead of 70, if you are one company is selling it for 85,000, the company lose the market share. Okay. So what will happen? Product you made, the laptops, what all the laptops you made will be in your inventory as an unsold one. So leading to your financial loss because you invested already there. So what is the key learning here? Correct pricing ensures products remain competitive always in the market. So overestimation leads to losing customers to competitor. Okay, this is what all about overestimation or incorrect cost estimation. That is important. Okay. So how about the underestimation? So as I said, underestimation means you are fixing the price low, then you will be losing the financial loss. You will be ending with the financial loss. Okay. How? What happens? The company underestimate the actual cost at 50,000 instead of 55,000. So in the previous page, we said total cost estimated per unit is 55,000 by adding marketing, logistic, labor and overhead cost and component cost including processor, RAM, display, battery and all, right? Put together 55,000. Instead of estimating 55,000, if you are estimating like a 50,000 and you are setting the selling price of 60,000 to attract buyers, that what you will lose hidden cost like extra labor, material charges or logistic price hikes like push actual cost to 58. For example, if it goes to 58, you will be losing the margin. Okay, you will be losing the margin. So as I said, like in this example, the company sells 10,000 laptops at the cost of 60,000, thinking they made a profit. But the actual profit expected is 60,000 minus 50, 10,000 per laptop. That is 10 crores they should be able to get. But in reality, the cost underestimation, the miscalculation, a real profit for one particular laptop is 2,000. So totally you'll be earning 2 crores. So instead of 10 crores of profit, you are going to earn only 2 crores of profit. Though it's a 2 crore is a positive only, but compare that last potential earning for 8 crores as the industry, it's not at all easy, right? So accurate cost estimates prevents financial losses. We have to take accurate estimation, financial losses for the company. If we overestimate what will happen, we will be losing the customer, but underestimate means we as a factory or industry will be losing the business and the money value. Okay, financial loss. So underestimation leads to low profit or losses. Okay.